take advantage because I am here in total love and devotion to our collective growth. So if you have your water, just hold that water in your hand, recognizing that this is Oshun, this is fresh water energy, this is from the river, this is from the sky, this is from God. And just taking a sip of that water. Giving thanks for that purification. Giving thanks for this moment. Shout out to everybody who's here. I just want you to close your eyes, and I'm just going to give you a little sound healing right now. Just soak in the vibration, feel it for yourself. Perhaps we just energetically cleanse ourselves, sending away any debris that may be in our mind's eye, the crown of our head, just sending that energy down to Mother Earth, to Mama Gaia, releasing, wiping away, sending it down, thanking Mother Earth for receiving any energetic static. She knows exactly what to do. Sending love, sending love. And yeah, I'm gonna pull some cards. It is shout out to Atabe, to Supreme Mother Goddess, sending love to that energy, that comforting energy, that energy that nourishes us, that energy that knows what to do when we are down, when we need love. Just honoring that energy at this time. One of the things that we did within the cocoon this past weekend is just give ourselves a hug. Maybe you haven't hugged someone in many, many days. Maybe you're by yourself, or maybe you just need to hug yourself. Just feel the comfort of hugging yourself and loving on yourself in this moment. We're gonna pull some cards. I have all the decks out here. And let's see, I just got the message for 3 from each deck. So let's do that. Yes. Sending love to everyone who's here. Just take the time. Take the time. It's not just the messages that I'm going to share with you, it's also the messages that Spirit is going to bring to you at this time. So be aware and be open to listening to your own inner knowing. I am the messenger, you are the decoder, you are the alchemist. Just asking for divine messages. What do we need to focus on? What do we need to know at this time? How can we transmute this energy? Ooh. How can we transmute this energy? Let's start with these cards. The first card we have here is the Temple Path. This is very interesting. This card is all about spiritual purpose and support, okay? And this card is indicating that you are on your own spiritual revolution at this time. Okay, the winding path you are on leads to a blessed temple in a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny your soul has in mind for this lifetime. Don't ignore your karmic path, okay? Don't ignore where Spirit is leading you at this time, and be really conscious about the choices that you are making towards your personal growth and kind of mastering some of these life lessons that have been coming up for you. This is a wonderful time. We may not be able to move about in the physical, right? But oftentimes when we're not able to move about in the physical, it is a symbol that what we need to do is learn how to move about through our spirit, our mind, our not just our mind, but like the spiritual mind. Like, how can we engage in the world through our spirit? The other card that we have here for us is strategy. Right now is a really powerful time to meditate upon your strategy and how your strategy is connected to your soul's purpose and your spiritual path. Okay, we are constantly negating the two, right? We are like, okay, we're going to be spiritually minded, but then when it comes to my strategy and how I operate and how I get money and how I show up in that way is often seen as separate. This reading is telling us that your spiritual path is connected to and should influence how you strategize at this time. Beautiful. The other card that we have here is the Happy Family card. We got this card reversed. Okay, so this is indicating that yes, a separation or emotional distance from family members. Okay, this disconnect could be because of this coronavirus. It could also be because you are there was a disconnect happening before all of this happened, and now you're trying to navigate how to be connected now, or how, like, what that means, that past spiritual divide, how that affects right now. This could be some hostilities that need to be worked out, or some fences that need mending. Communication and patience may be called for here, so let your intuition be your guide. Remember that real healing starts when you choose to become your own loving parent, sibling, spouse, friend, or child. Oh my God. This is the time when we really, it's about healing within ourselves first. You know, what resentments are you holding on to that don't even have to do with anybody, but really yourself? You can project them onto somebody in your family, or a family situation, or a family dynamic, but how is that actually about you and not about them? Very interesting. All right, let's pull some goddess cards. Let's pull some goddess cards. What goddess energies, what feminine archetypes want to come through for us today? What feminine energies, what does the sacred feminine want to share with us in terms of how we can navigate these energies? Strategy I want to just go back to that. Strategy. Now is the time to strategize. And like never before, because we're almost at ground zero here. So whatever strategies you had before, you could actually switch things up if you wanted to. I hear you, Kuan Yin. Ain and ooh, okay. When it comes to your spiritual path, your temple path, it's going to require you to take a leap of faith, which means you're going to have to do things in ways that you were not comfortable doing it before. When you spiritually level up, guess what? It's like you got to grow up. You got to take a leap of faith. You got to trust and take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. We have Ain. Okay, leap of faith. So do not take your spiritual growth progression the way you would take anything else in your life. It's you've got to jump off the cliff with it. You have to dedicate yourself to the growth, to the shift. The other card that we have here when it comes to, even on top of our strategy card, we have Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. Okay, as you are strategizing at this time, this card is asking you to release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is happening around you. So don't strategize from a place of being judgmental. Don't strategize from a place of, judging your past. Well, it didn't work for me in the past. The system doesn't work like that. You have to shift your whole entire perception around how you are strategizing at this time. Strategize from a space of compassion. Strategize from a hello everybody, I see you. Shout out. Strategize from a place where you are no longer holding judgments over yourself for how you strategize in the past. And that's where it comes to having that leap of faith. You have to make these leap of faiths. You have to strategize from a spiritual place. Stop trying to do it from a very human reptilian brain place. The other card that you have here is the blossoming card. This card is reminding us that in so many ways we are just getting started. In so many ways we have not even blossomed in the way that we are going to be blossoming. So be patient with yourself. This again goes to the compassion. Be compassionate with how you are growing. Be compassionate with how you are blooming, blossoming, and unfurling your petals. This blossoming is also happening within the family as well. So if you've been having, elements within your family that have been very restrictive, or you didn't feel like there was growth happening there, okay, just know that this blossoming is also happening within family dynamics at this time. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's do the Remix Your Life deck, which is my deck, which I am illustrating during this quarantine. Yes, my longtime followers, watchers will know about this deck. Okay, Remix Your Life deck. What messages should we know at this time? Shout out to everyone who's here. Michael, Priscilla, Fareed. Yes. Shout out everyone on Instagram. What messages can we add to already these quite clear messages? I hear you, honey. Right now, and I knew, okay. I was woken up this morning with a few messages, and they're just all coming through the cards right now. The first card is the fire card. We got the element of fire, and we are in Aries season. This season, this time, what does fire do? Fire breaks down. It's very deconstructive. It brings you back down to the ash, which then returns to the earth, right? This is a time when a cleansing is in order. A cleansing is in order. So what areas of your life need to get burned down? Is it the way you're communicating with others? Is it the way that you are taking care of yourself? And you may have noticed that the fire is burning whether you kind of want it to or not. You can't ignore the fire, and so now you got to work with the fire. Do not be afraid of this fire moment. This is a moment to remove, to rid. A cleansing is in order. A cleansing is in order. It's a purification. Okay? Use fire to your advantage at this time as well. Whether you light a candle and you meditate with the candle, and you look into the candle and you allow your inner knowing and the candle to all speak to you. If you are using, sage to burn, smoke, it's all a very good thing to use right now. The fire is also letting you know that your desires are welcome. So even though it's a deconstructive time, your fires are your desires are your fires. Fire and desire, it's all welcome here at this time. The other card that we have here, right over the leap of faith card, right over your spiritual path card, is the hummingbird card. The hummingbird, okay, the colibri for the Tainos, okay, is known as a warrior. A warrior. You may not feel like such a warrior right now, but you do in fact have the potential to be that bold, okay, little creature that can zig and zag in many different directions. Do not get caught just thinking that you can just fly one way. And this is what your spiritual awakening, you tapping into what your spirit wants and how your spirit matches your desires, okay? It's reminding you, move different. Move different. It's not time to move the way you was moving before. And have that faith that you know how to move and navigate at this time. And even in this time, you can pollinate your world. Don't discount you buzzing around, okay? Pollinating. And pollinating is not just about what you can get. Pollinating is how you can help things grow, okay? Yes, Fire and Desire, Tina Marie. I know that's like one of my theme songs, one of my newer theme songs that I love right now, or this past year. The other card that we have here is the Earth card. Right now, you may not be able to connect to the Earth the way you would want, but the Earth wants you to know this. Never, ever take me for granted again. Never, ever take me for granted again. That is what the Earth wants us to know. Never, ever take me for granted again. Now, how can you start to build your relationship with the Earth? How can you start to build your relationship? Something as simple as when you are drinking your water. I get into such a mode even when water is running through my faucet. I'm honoring this water. It's not a fucking game. Honor the water that comes to your faucet. Honor the water that washes you. Okay? As I'm eating, I'm thinking about like, thank you, Earth, that this batata, you know, that this yuca, whatever, was growing. Thank you, Earth, for growing this batata. Thank you, rain, for watering the earth that helped to grow my food. There are so many ways that you can become intertwined with the earth, okay? Yes, never take Mother Earth for granted again. Talk to the sky. Talk to the birds. Okay? We did a beautiful meditation. I have the Kakuna transformation recorded and I'm going to put it on a platform where you can tap into it. And there's powerful meditation there to connect you to the earth. If you have your plants, mira, be with them, talk to them. Learn how to communicate with the nature that you have. Whatever access to nature that you have, become a worshiper of it. Talk to it. Yes, thank you, Earth, for all that you give us. The earth helps us to remember who we are. The earth helps us. Hi. I have bird friends that come visit. One is a white pigeon with like gray speckles, and she comes and she coos. Talking about connecting to the earth, right? Connect to the earth. Be that hummingbird that knows how to talk to the plants. You know, you have bird friends too? I love it. Be that person that talks to the birds, talks to the plants, observe, ask them. Okay? I'm going to tell you one quick story so you can understand the power of having plants and animal plant companions. One night, many years ago, I was going through a spiritual crisis. I was crying, I was hysterical, I was fucking going through it. And I came to my garden. At that time, it was winter, February. I had all my plants inside, and I had one pot of begonias that had not blossomed since the summer. Okay. And that night I was talking to all my plants, and after I had cried and released, I actually got into a state of gratitude and was thanking them for being a witness to my pain, for being a companion and a listener. And the next morning I woke up thinking about my garden, right? And I decided to go to the garden and play my singing bowl and give them water. And when I went over to the garden, that pot of begonias that had not blossomed since the summer had flowers present. The fucking pot of begonias bloomed overnight. How was that possible if they are not sentient beings? They are. They are. They are. The pot, it blossomed overnight. I fell to my knees. This is a time to connect and communicate. If you want the messages, if you want to feel connected to spirit, the only thing that's fucking real is nature. Everything on your TV, everything else is smoke and mirrors. The birds agree. The birds agree. Okay. Let's what deck? Let's do a love deck. Let's do the love deck. What do we need to know about love? What do we need to know about love? What do we all need to know about love at this time? Ooh. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Very interesting. At this time, you may be noticing a lot of things between you and those you love, whether it's a romantic relationship or some of your most intimate one-on-one relationships. Be aware of what it is that you're reflecting and projecting, and what is coming up at this time. What is coming up at this time? For me, I'm understanding the need for compassion. That is something that is coming up for me. The need to be so compassionate that it's not about even being right or sticking my heels in something. It's just about compassion. Beautiful. Let's pick two more. Yes. We have the time card. When it comes to love and relationships, give things time, whether it's with your family, loved ones, or whether it's with a relationship. Right now is not the time to be pushing, okay? Don't try too hard. Don't try too hard is what the cards are saying. Don't try too hard. Let things be what they are meant to be right now. And understand what it is that you're reflecting and projecting. Ooh. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. You know, there's so many different types of intimacy, and friendship is one of them. So just building, platonic intimacy is so important. If there's somebody that's on your radar and maybe you guys are communicating at this time, don't rush to, get a final answer about how do you feel, what do you want. It's not the time for it. But right now is a powerful time to, engage in relationships and in relating in a way that is based on friendship and authentic communication and authentic showing up for one another. Beautiful. Let's pick from the last deck. Where is that deck? Is it here? Is she not here? Oh, she doesn't want to be read. She doesn't want to be read, honey. I guess not. Oh, no, she's here. This is the round deck. Beautiful. If you're just joining now, shout out to you. There's so many messages here. Maybe you will feel inspired to watch this again after I log off. Receive some sound vibration in the beginning. I'll do a short recap. Almost half an hour here. We're gonna wrap this up, picking 3 more cards. Actually, no, this deck wants only one. Only one. This is my newest deck. Also, if you want to send a love offering, I'm open to that. People have been asking me if I accept love offerings, and I do. I do. I absolutely do. It's a beautiful exchange. And if you want a personalized one-on-one session, the one-on-one sessions, let me just go into that before I pick a card. The one-on-one sessions are no motherfucking joke. We go in, and it's not just about the cards. There's a whole ceremony that we go into. Rituals, talking, letting it out, laughing, crying, all the things. It's a real space to be seen. It's a real space to gather yourself, and I take them so seriously, and they're so expansive. So expansive. So if you want a one-on-one session with me, I'm here for it. We go in. We go in. They're powerful. We have the Mentor card. Let's see what the book says. This is a new deck, and I'm still very much learning it. This card, and this is right here in the middle when it comes to, you know, your temple path, growing in your spiritual awareness, when it comes to having that leap of faith, when it comes to your spiritual growth, okay, and really going there with your spiritual growth. We have the Mentor card. This card is all about the teacher, the sage, the guru. Okay? Interesting. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. Holy shit. Maybe, not maybe, I feel like coronavirus is the biggest freaking mentor right now, the biggest teacher. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, okay, whether pleasant or painful. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. So beautiful. This card is basically telling us to be the teacher and to be the student. This card is telling us that this is an incredible time to learn from what is happening around us, okay? And to understand that no matter how painful or rigid or how hard the homework may seem, this is what is needed for growth. This is what is needed for expansion at this time, okay? And remembering that the student becomes the teacher many times. There's this beautiful cycle of teaching and learning and teaching and learning. So see how that is coming in for you at this time. How are you both the teacher and the student? I love it. I think we're definitely in a time of being mentored and being kind of reared in a new way. And it's not always easy to have a new coach, to have somebody cracking the whip, right? But this time is a great teacher for us indeed. And if we go just back to the reading, remember to be compassionate. Remember not to be afraid of the fire, of starting over, of deconstructing, of ridding, removing. Remember to honor Mama Earth. Remember that this is a time for blossoming. But the blossoming, think about like a forest that burned down and then the blossoming that happens after, or like after Maria, that the entire like leaves, like there were no leaves to be seen. But then every time I would go back home, every few weeks I would go back home and I would see the blossoming happening around the destruction. It was majestic. majestic, completely. So beautiful. Okay, everyone, let's close out this session. Yeah, give yourself a fucking sigh. When was the last time you sighed? Maybe you want to shake it out. Just coming into gratitude for the messages that came through for us today. Coming into gratitude for all the dreams that we've been receiving. Coming into, I know home misses me, yes. Coming into gratitude for wherever we are in the world. Coming into gratitude for whatever food is in our belly or in our refrigerator at this time. Coming into gratitude for our eyes opening this morning. Coming into gratitude for the blossoming that will surely come out of this destruction. Coming into gratitude for the lessons that we are learning and that we have the power and potential to overcome at this time. Coming into gratitude for me being here for you as I come into gratitude for you being here for me. This beautiful reflection in time and space. Coming into gratitude for nature. Coming into gratitude for all of those who are, protecting us at this time, whether it's the nurses and doctors, whether it's those working in the supermarkets, whether it's those, keeping their doors open for, services that we may need. Coming into gratitude for our body. Coming into gratitude for our lungs. Coming into gratitude for a clear respiratory system. Coming into gratitude for our loved ones. Coming into gratitude for all that will surely come, that is beautiful, that is of the light. Coming into gratitude for those harder lessons, because we know that we have the power and potential to pass through them. Coming into gratitude for all the messages that we will continue to receive today.